Something that was brought up on my Q&A was YouTubers don't really talk about the decks that they're messing around with. So today we're going to talk about some of the things I'm getting ready to test, some of the things that I've been messing around with a little bit. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on more excellent content. And this is going to be the discussion of what I kind of want to start messing around with versus what we are already doing. Yeah, you guys followed that, right? All right, let's dig on into this, shall we? Alright, so one of the things I want to kind of start messing around with on stream, and if you guys can drop it on a Monday, it'll probably start happening relatively soon, is I want to start learning Add-Ignister combos. And you're probably like, why Add-Ignister? So they recently got this really frickin' awesome Link one that does a lot of cool things for the deck. And by a lot of cool things, it allows them to actually summon Add-Ignister Arrival relatively easy. But you're not actually trying to do that. You can also, what is it? You can U-Link your opponent. For those of you that are still wondering how U-Linking works in this day and age, you can still Synchro Summon, Exceed Summon, do all the stuff that wouldn't require the upper monster zone. You just can't Link Summon. So that's actually kind of cool. You can still perform a U-Link in this day and age. It's a little bit harder for some decks. Well, actually, it's hard for everything except for like 2 decks, and 2 decks don't even do it all the time. So you can still perform a U-Link on the opponent, but it just stops your opponent from being able to Link Summon. So all of that hard work just to still lose to like a Black Rose Dragon or something like that, yeah, it happens. So they recently got the ability to search their field spell. It's like Mirror Incest and Salaman, great. It's almost like everything from that era got that ability. So easier ability to search. And they're also like 1 card full combo at this point. And I think it's actually freaking cool. I think I saw like some OCG build. It was like able to produce like double Dark Fluid or something like that with like 4 counters each. And that's a little bit further down the paradigm than I wanted to go. I've also seen like more control builds being able to play things like Solemns, and then you would use Heat Soul to draw these cards. And unfortunately, guess who we don't have right now? We don't have Heat Soul. We also, as of making this video, do not have the Firewall Dragon errata. I'm assuming here at some point soon that we will be receiving the Firewall Dragon errata. At this point in time, though, I'm going to assume that we will have Heat Soul and we will have Firewall when we start testing this, so I can at least kind of get some of the combo down. It shouldn't be that hard to build a board without Heat Soul. It's just going to kind of take away from like being able to play the control variant, where you can use Heat Soul to draw, hand trap. Like I said, the OCG has been playing these really weird builds that like play Solemns and hand traps. And you can tell that the OCG loves their combo decks, and then they play things like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike to kind of back up the board. So you build this big board, and you'll back up a Solemn. So not only do you like have to have the mentality of, all right, a big board, if you can break big board, at least have the Solemn back here to back it up. So the big thing that's drawing me into Add-Ignister, though, is that whole 1 card thing. Now, as Lund has told me multiple times, the deck is dog poop, and that the deck loses to having your normal summon taken away from you. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, anything like that can stop the normal summon. I understand that. Alright, I understand that it be like that sometimes. That's actually why the OCG is playing like heavier hand trap counts and things like the Psalms, because if you do stop my 1 card combo, that's fine. I at least have, the backup plan for the back row back here to at least kind of semi-push things out, at least to an equalization. That's the theory I've deducted, though, from it. So theory and application and testing are 2 very different creatures when it comes to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But that's not necessarily a bad thing. So that's the big thing that I want to start messing around with and see if it is going to make that splash that I really want it to. I'm actually so excited for this. Like, I have the entire Add-Ignister core over here. I just got to, go run the paper versions of stuff, start testing IRL, and for that. The other thing I want to start testing here is Dragon Maid. Now, you guys have heard me be so gung-ho on Dragon Maid. You're all like, oh my gosh, Robbie, Dragon Maid, stop that. Alright, so in the OCG, they use Maxi in the deck to be a means to draw. All of my draw. These are all mine. Alright, and then basically you use the basic one-card engine for the Dragon Maid engine to, nurse, loop back monsters. You use that to build advantage. You use show to set up the Omni Negate. The deck usually ends on what? Tidying plus show. Show can tag down into house. House can extend things out, depending on how you open up. The deck is very fair when it comes to things. We don't have Maxi, so we're not going to be able to do the same thing that the OCG is doing. And we've also seen here that the TCG's been a little bit more gung-ho on trying to abuse LP in the deck, which I don't think is a bad thing. LP being able to pseudo-revive or pseudo-summon anything that you want from the deck. The only downside is you kind of have to play more combo-heavy versus the OCG it's trying to play control. I think that's the reason why I'm so addicted to some of these decks, is because I see the OCG's playing them as control, and I'm like, I want to do this. This is perfect, right? It's my inner spirit talking, being like, oh, control! I love this! So it doesn't always work out the way it does, but sometimes at the end of the day it do be like that. So I do want to play Dragon Maid just because of the cool loops. The deck is a little bit linear to play. Yeah, you do have issues breaking boards, and I understand that. But I know what I'm getting myself into. I just want to play Dragon Waifus, man. Alright, I've loved that deck since it came out. You guys saw the earlier control version on the channel. I got rammed so hard for that when we first put that up. Like, this isn't how you play Dragon Maids. This is stupid. And I'm like, look, man, just let me play my one-card starters. Just let me play my one-card starters in my deck, alright? Let me set my back row like my monkey brain likes to do. Let me play stun, alright? Like, I can't always Inspector board or set 5 pass. Sometimes I want to end on, like, I don't know, like a Dark Food 5 counters and, like, 3 back. Or I like to spicing it up a little bit. Maybe I want to play Dragon Waifus, alright? Maybe I want to end on Dragon Waifu plus 3 back row. Sometimes you gotta spicing up the flavor of the year, alright? I'm just saying. Alright, so Dragon Maids are the other thing that I really want to mess around with right now. Now, that being said, I also want to revive the evil of the world, Mr. Evil Swarm over here. Now, you guys saw previously when we were messing around with Evil Swarm, I think it was, what was it? Last year, we had a gosh dang near working version of this deck. Now, in theory, right now, being able to stop a Drytron board. And you're like, wait a minute, you can't stop a Drytron board, Robbie. That's where you're wrong, my dear Watson. I don't care about the 2,000 monsters that come out. Nobody cares about those, alright? Mr. Ophion stands in an apex of 2550. He's just got to come out and do one job. He's got to just go beat up on the ritual monsters, alright? Don't have to worry about Ben 10 if you can't do anything with it. Ophion's a continuous ability. Herald of Orange Light does nothing to him. What are you gonna do? Herald of Orange Light my rescue cat? Or my rescue rabbit? Sure! Thanks, man! Set. Alright, background time! The deck is like, oh, you can't Herald of Orange Light. Well, actually, can you? No, you can't Herald of Orange Light the caster because it sets a condition on summon, which means that I can just summon. Now, unless I'm being stupid enough in this matchup to make the Ophion search for the spell for the protection, I guess that'd be the one thing you could argue, because that would be the window in which you would Herald of Orange Light. But I'd probably just establish the Ophion, because, I mean, yeah, you play droplets, but, like, what do I really worried about? Like, I guess, semantics. Like, I guess I lose to Droplet, Dark Ruler no more in that situation. But, I don't know, man. It comes down to that. I just want to slam Ophion in people's faces going first, with back row and just laugh at them. It's the moral of this video, alright? What flavor of one-card combo do you want? Well, Evil Swarm's 2-card combo. Oh, we've upgraded out here. So, I don't know. Those are, like, the spicy flavors I want to do. I still want to mess around with, like, Constellars. I haven't given up on stun. I have not. Alright, I also haven't, like, left my house to do much of anything. I go out to get sustenance and food, but that is it. And post office, but story for another day. So guys, what do you think about Adding-Nister's playability and other things here? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I look forward to seeing beautiful faces back here later on today for some more cool, awesome, sweet, blue content. I mean, I ran out of cool things to say there. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.